Welcome back to another anime review. This time the show will be All Is a Catch, episode 4. Now, this episode kind of seemed like a setup episode. They introduced a new character and a new threat. Now, this episode starts off with the queen getting taken to safety after the assassination attempt. And honestly, after thinking about what happened like the last episode and how it all would play it out, I'm thinking that maybe the assassin one that wasn't after the queen, but it was probably after Maria. Because later, like earlier in the episode, she felt somebody watching her. So maybe they was actually after her, not the queen. So anyway, like I said, the queen gets taken to safety, and so May's run up saying that, oh, we're going to get some guards to escort you back to the prince. But Maria, she doesn't want to take up the guards' time because they're dealing with trying to figure out who the intruder was. So she's not trying to take any guards away from that operation. So she tries to say, oh, I'll just run off and find them by myself. But she ends up getting lost like the first time. So while Maria was lost, the guy who was creeping around the corner finally comes down and shows himself. And apparently he's the prince's cousin. But he's not just his prince's cousin, he's also like 30 years old, and he's kind of known to be like a womanizer. I think his name is like Loreno or something like that. But anyway, he got to be like the first character that got introduced into this show that I don't like. He's just kind of too creepy. So anyway, the prince's aide shows up and he threatens the creepy guy, which makes him leave. Next, Prince Ronaldo and the Night Captain are talking to Maria to get information to help the investigation about the intruder. And the funny thing about this scene is that the Night Captain has a sign that says Night Captain. Like, this show's a little too goofy. So anyway, since it's so dangerous right now, the first prince, he asks Maria if she wants to stay the night at the castle, but the prince's aide, he turns it down, saying that it might be a bad idea since the queen probably wouldn't leave her alone since she's like fangirl right now, and also his cousin's kind of like is trying to go after her. So the Maria heads out with a couple guards to protect her, and after she leaves, the prince is having a conversation with his aide, and they're talking about how the road she might have to take to go back home for her vacation, she might be in danger about getting attacked by bandits. But I'm not worried, because as it was stated in the previous episode, Maria was the best martial artist that their father trained out of all of her sisters. So anyway, Maria's back at school again, and she's doing an art project where she has to draw something, and Rosalia, she tries to pick on her again with her two friends. But it doesn't really turn out that way. Like, they always try to mess with her, but it seems like they're trying to bully her, but it doesn't really seem like they're trying to bully her because like they're kind of like friendly about it. But anyway, it's kind of weird. So eventually Rosalia leaves and the creepy guy shows up and he's creeping in the bushes. But this conversation is really not too important. It's just that he's trying to get closer to her and trying to set up a date plans with her. But yeah, he eventually leaves, and then like the aide is talking to Maria, and she falls asleep during the conversation because she's all tense about what's going on with the guards watching her. And how she might be assassinated or something like that. Later on, it's after school, and I guess they're at the castle. Maria is showing her martial arts form to the prince. Eventually, Maria gets to talking about her father and all that, and her relationship with her father, and basically how like back in the day, you know, he told her that their martial arts are used to protect people that they care about, and also how like after her little brother got born, how he'd been acting kind of awkward towards her, and they can't really have like a normal conversation anymore. So Maria tells the prince that she's gonna be okay, and he hugs her before they part ways. So Maria has to borrow one of Ida's family carriages to get back home to her own kingdom, and that's basically how the episode ends. So anyway, I'm kind of interested in seeing the next episode because like if she goes back home, I've been kind of curious about what her sisters act like if this is her personality. So anyway, that's the end of this review. If you liked or didn't like the episode, leave a comment. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you enjoyed this content, why don't you think about subscribing? I appreciate it. Anyway, that's all. Take care.